lost my dad young at 12, so I encourage the relationships between both parents.
My condolences.
Thanks, but I need somebody to have their kid's father in their life, just to show you the bigger person.
Okay, well,
So,
yeah, you should pop.
sorry about that,
Okay.
No, it's
but I'm
okay.
I'm big in my kids' life, so
Hmm.
I just want what I put out for every kid because I grew up the streets, so I didn't have a father figure. I
Oh,
think every child should have both parent
Oh, you can't
figures.
force.
Okay.
yeah, this is not a conversation I want to have because I think our level of understanding on relationships and bonds between a daughter and a father is something that's neither here nor there.
So, Darwin, you realize a lot of men don't do that, right? Like you do it, which is awesome. I do it. I pull coats. I think most of the men on the panel, we all pull coats. We see a young dude, even related to us or not, anybody who we encounter, we try to give him some game. But the average person is not giving game out here. The average person doesn't have father figures. And even if they put in the work, like you said, you could look at a dude like Travis Hunter, who literally was working, smart as hell, knocking out A's in school and getting the fucking Heisman and still getting ran over by some tramp. It is what it is. Like, everybody's susceptible to that. If you ain't got no game, and that's the part that we miss, and that's why fathers are so damn important, because you need somebody to be able to pull your coat and let you know, like, yo, you need to know about this, you need to know about that. Because there's no way that if I would have had some conversations with that dude younger, or any one of us with a school dude, that this would be happening to him right now. He would know way better. But
Yes.
a lot of men just don't know. They fall for that manipulation. And you
No.
got, she letting everybody hit that. Like, oh, you seeing all of the stuff coming out right now. Everybody done ran through. They did what
He
they do with
knows
her.
it, though.
And
He just-
required nothing. She required nothing of those men, but she required everything of him.
He knows it. Travis Hunter knows it. He's just
Yeah,
this is
now?
what he did know it. He's a simp. You got to understand who you all. Society right now is trying to change him from not being a simp. You can't change him. Those are the outcomes he want. He know he's dealing with somebody for the streets. These are you
I
can't
don't think so.
see when people have a hero. People look at him as their hero. When you find out your superhero done did some foul shit, it breaks your heart. Like if it was a lot of guys was mad that they found out LeBron was at a Diddy party. Like when it's your superhero, the guy that won a Heisman, he became a lot of people's superhero, bro, and they did not want to see him as a simp. Sometimes your superhero gonna be a simp.
How many? First of all, we grown as hell. We in our 30s and 40s. Why are you making a little 19-year-old boy your superhero? First of all, that's for one.
You
Secondly,
missing the whole
no,
point.
I
It's
get what you're saying. So
metaphor.
let's be realistic. Like no grown ass man, you got a 19-year-old as your superhero. Something is wrong.
You
with
ever
you.
heard of a metaphor, man?
Yeah, but we're not speaking in metaphors right now. What I'm saying is,
I just told you I was.
I feel like he doesn't have that he don't have that experience of dealing with other beautiful women, so he don't know what to measure it by. So to just call him a simp because he's going through something he never been through before, he don't know how to kind of react to it. Sometimes love make you blind
He
to the red
knows
light.
better. He has a circle of men around him. I
Yeah,
think
but
Deion
love
Sanders
makes you blind to the
practically
to
raised
red
the
light,
kid.
and it kind of makes you loyal to by default sometimes. Like, let's be
No,
realistic.
you're not listening to what I'm saying. He has a circle of men around him to check him, to pull his coat. It does not matter. This is what he wants. He wants to be that. It's some guys out there. We gotta embrace that there's a group of simps out there, men, that it's gonna be simps. It don't matter what you tell them. They're gonna go after the OnlyFans chicks. They're gonna want to wife them. They're gonna want to have kids with what's the girl that with Jalen Green. These guys want to do that. They can see the shit we see. They can read the comments just like we can. It does not matter. That's what they want. And you can't make them change into an alpha, beta, or whatever you want. You just gotta say these are the outcomes you want. Yeah, I don't care. I saw her getting banged out, but I love her. Okay, fine, bro. Gonna love her.
What you want me to say?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you've been pretty quiet, so I just didn't know if it was something you wanted to say.
I don't know because I really believe. I don't know. I just believe that your relationships come from your parent, your mother, or your dad, whatever you grew up in. You end up finding the same faces and traits into these people that you engage with, and if I think if you need help, go seek counseling or something, or just stay away from having sex and stop entertaining people and just be on some type of journey, that's, finding you. Not even a healing journey, just finding out what you like, because, you're going to have those desires and whatever to want to be intimate with someone. But if you're not going to, abide by these type of standards or compromise with that individual, then you shouldn't be living that type of lifestyle. I don't know. I know for me, I want to have more kids. I'm just going to be one of those wives that like hosts football games. I'm just going to be, soft and pretty. I don't know. That's just the life for me, because my dad always told me like someone would marry me. And I know one day I'm going to be married, and I
What's
don't
your
know.
nationality? What's your nationality?
My
She's a
father,
prima.
my father's Portuguese. My mom's
Okay.
black.
See, that's a different breed right there, talking like that. When you hear black women talk like that, boy, things gonna change. But unfortunately, and it seems like we got a long while and a whole bunch of recreational yards to fill before we get there.
I think your options decrease with younger men, but older men, if you're dating a guy in his late 40s or early 50s and you're in your 30s, that's not that old to somebody. So I think it's just perspective.
Right, but I don't think she date much older. Like I've dated 10, both my kids' fathers is 12 years older than me. And I think she date more close to her age. But either way it go, I mean, as you get older gradually, I mean, just my opinion and from what I believe to be true is that, your options eventually they start to dwindle. I mean, maybe, maybe not 30, I'm not saying 30, maybe 35 and up, it starts to like falter, start to fall off kind of. I mean, if you know something I don't know and the dating, something
Let me
good
ask you
about dating
something,
that
Bree.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it also depends on how you look, right? For instance, I know a lot of men that will still I'm just going off look wise. What's her name? Bernice, right? Men still consider her a bombshell. I'm just going off aesthetics, right? So it depends on if that 30 or 40-year-old something still looks nice. I think a lot of times what women in their 30s would do is kind of lose themselves just by hearing from the men's perspective as well. They'll kind of gain a lot of weight. They don't dress, they don't take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I think that's what cuts your the type of men that would still want to date you. Because I'm 33 and I'm speaking from my perspective and I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because I also have like a youthfulness to me, I really don't have that problem like when I'm dating. So
Well, let me
like
tell
I'll
you this,
get it,
Bree.
but at the same time, it's just kind of like I don't have that personal thing. So it's like,
I'll tell you this, Bree. When the older you start dating, when guys start getting in 40s, 50s, the beauty thing don't really matter as much. The older guys they start to look past that. The younger, they fall head over heels for beautiful women. It's just typical for a young dude to just break his neck for a beautiful thing and just fall apart. The older these guys get, the more aware they get, the more trial and error they have, the more trauma bullshit they've been through, and they don't go for that beauty. They don't go for the beauty thing. Yes, it's good, but nah, they looking for something deeper.